Nothing but so yesterday we have written some program in Notepad, right?
Yeah.
So say there, what happened when we wrote something? There was no support for us, right? Like we wrote, there was a double quote skipping at some point, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we just wrote something, and every time you have to go to some command prompt, right? You have to execute
Yeah.
it there or compile it there, get your output, and it won't be, sometimes there you have to remember all the commands, java c, java, and if you want to do something
Yeah.
else you have to remember all these commands, right? So but
Yeah.
which is very cumbersome, right? As it grows, like as it goes to uh, um, advanced java and all, so that it will be, compilation and all these things will go very complex. So that's how, we can't remember each and every command, right? So what happens is,
Mm-hmm.
there is a this is a free source being provided by Eclipse Corporation, where they have done everything inbuilt. So what you have to do is you just have to write it out and use the services being provided. That's it. So Eclipse is nothing but an editor, like an editor in the sense we have a Microsoft Word to write something and save up, right? In the same way,
Yeah.
so see what is the difference between Notepad and normal Notepad and Microsoft Word? When you type in Microsoft Word, it will check your spellings, it will check your grammar and all. So it's better
Yeah.
to use, if you are typing something very important to send a paragraph to someone, we won't use Notepad. We will be using Word and type in there, check our grammar and all, and send, right? So there is
Yeah.
some advantage. So in the same way, for programming, we have Eclipse, right?
Okay.
For
Just
programming,
in.
yeah, sure,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. You have any doubt?
Yep. No, no. Go ahead.
Okay. So for programming, in the sense, for programming we have Eclipse, and anyways we have many other editors also, but this is the most used editor for writing a Java program. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, so we just uh, yeah. I think you have copied this in my documents, right? But not a problem. So we'll just go to Eclipse now. Now, so you don't have to install your Eclipse actually. So
Okay.
it works directly if you copy the setup anywhere, right? And this is a
Mm-hmm.
application or exe of Eclipse, right? If you run this, it
Mm-hmm.
is like, Microsoft, for Microsoft Office you have to install the Microsoft Office, right? And go to
Yeah.
MS Word and open it, right? But here
Mm-hmm.
installation is, you don't need, you can just directly go to application, which is nothing but exe here, and run it up. It will work, right? Let me
Yeah.
just open this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is your it will open now. So now, basically whenever you open Eclipse, you can see here the first window you'll get is Workspace Launcher, right? So Workspace is
Yeah.
nothing but, it is asking, so whatever program or whatever project you are going to create in Eclipse, where do you want to save it, right? Where do you
Okay.
want to save it? So here, you have copied this in your documents and Java class, right? Here.
Yeah.
So let us
Mm-hmm.
create in Java class here. Okay, you have created something, right? So we'll do one thing. We'll just create a workspace here, or
Just put a
works.
new folder,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. We'll just create some workspace, or just
Okay.
you can just say my workspace, anything you want,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we'll just go in.
Yeah.
So here we have this workspace here, right? So you can
Yeah.
use this workspace for all your projects, not a problem, right? So I've
Mm-hmm.
copied here, and I'll say use this as default, so that next time when you open Eclipse, it won't give a prompt for workspace, right? Just say it as default,
Okay.
and just say okay. Okay. Yeah. So let it open. So it will be very easy using Eclipse. You won't even feel all those uh, other dependencies actually, like where we are using something called command prompt. You don't have to use anything here. It's straightforward.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be showing you that. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's opening. Anyways, let it open. So meanwhile, you can do one thing, Shiva. You can just keep this. You can keep this exe in your desktop or wherever you want actually. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
As
You
we are
can do
using
it.
this,
Do
let me do one thing. Let me keep this in like
desktop.
taskbar or anywhere here,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
that you can
Yeah.
just use
Okay.
this file. So this is your Eclipse. Now let me just maximize this, and now let me go back to Java class and my workspace, right? So can you see here
Yeah.
it created something called dot metadata, right?
Yeah.
So this is nothing but you don't have to, these are temporary files being created by Eclipse, and we don't have to worry much about this, because why it is created is whatever you create in this Eclipse will be saved actually. Will show that. Let me close this. This is
Okay.
welcome screen. Now this is your Eclipse. Fine. So in
Yeah.
Eclipse, so everything I told you yesterday, whatever programming you have to do, or if you want to write any program or anything, we have to create something called class, right? Yesterday we wrote something on class, right?
Yeah.
So for creating a class in Eclipse, you have to create something called project, right? Let us say if you want it's a project, in the sense it's the same as it is same as what we have. Like let us say we are working in an organization. He is asking for some application, right? Some application in
Mm-hmm.
one sec. Yeah, can you just give me a moment? I think Naresh
Yeah.
is
No
calling
problem.
me. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Venkat. Class లో ఉన్నా వెంకట్. క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాయా? స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయింది ఆల్రెడీ ఇప్పుడు. ఓకే. ఓకే. Yeah. Fine. So here, what you have to do is, so we normally say project, because project we say because it's a separate application we are doing it, right? So here in this you can create multiple projects, which means you can create multiple applications using the same Eclipse, right? So as
Okay.
class grows, you will understand what exactly it is. No worries, right? So for creating a new
Okay.
project, you can go to file, new. We have something called other. Just go. I'll be showing it from here. So you'll get so many type of projects, right? Don't worry about it. When we
Mm-hmm.
grow, no, when we go on with bigger topics, you'll be learning about all these things. But as of now, let us take a small project, which is Java project, right? Let me do
Okay.
next. Okay, now here you just mention your project name. Let's say my first project, right? And let me finish it up. Let me just finish it up. Yeah, you can so whenever you get this one perspective, like Java perspective, you can just make yes. Don't worry about this, right? It is asking for
Okay.
some Java or this is the one, Java or J2E perspective. So you'll understand this when we actually come to advanced Java, right? Don't worry about this now.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's open this up. So you can see here it's a blank project now, right? It doesn't contain anything.
Yeah.
These are the predefined files which we have, right? Now let us go and create some class. So if you remember, we have yesterday we have created something called some Java program, right? Which is my first.
Oh, I don't have the. No, I don't have
No
that
issues, no
program.
issues. We have created some Java file, right? So we will be creating the same one here. So how we will be creating? We will be creating something called class. We have created yesterday class, right? Let's open the class
Oh, okay. So
here.
here you can directly create a
Exactly, you
class
can
file.
directly create a class. So yesterday what we have learned is we have to write a code and save the file using .java class, right? So here let us see what
Yeah.
happens. So we created a project. If you go back to the folder here, it's your project is created here, right? Automatically.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Your project is created with some default files. So now what I am doing
Yeah.
is, so all your classes, let me explain you this first. So all your classes you have to create inside source, src source, right, which is nothing but
Okay.
a folder source here, right? So initially nothing is there, so let me create one class here for you, class. So let me give again it as my first. We gave the class name yesterday as my first, right? Let me
Mm-hmm.
finish. It will give an empty class. You remember this? Yesterday we have written this,
Oh.
we wrote this and all,
Yeah.
we typed it out. So but this here Eclipse will give you everything, right? So here if you go
Okay.
to folder, you will see it is already created with my first .java and it says Java file. Fine. It automatically
Okay.
says,
Can you go back?
yeah,
Can you go back?
yeah,
No. Folder.
yeah, folder. Okay, go back. Yeah, like it's source here. If I
Mm-hmm.
go back, it's project here. In inside my project, right? Inside the source,
Mm-hmm.
there is a file, right? In the same way, how it is like inside my project, right? Inside my source,
Yeah.
there is a file.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Fine. So whatever we
Inside
have
the
done yesterday,
source.
just notepad and save and all, it did in once, it did in no time for us.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so inside this class, so let us write the first step, which is writing code, right? We said writing some program. So yesterday we wrote some program. Don't worry about all these things. I'll be explaining each and every term of this, right? But I'm just giving
Okay.
you, heads up so that you can start using Eclipse, right? Now,
Yeah.
yesterday, if you remember, we wrote something called public static void main, right? Right,
Mm-hmm.
let me just give you that so that I can compare you. Let me just um, yep, okay, no issues, I cannot paste it up, no, anyways, no. So let me just show you first what we have done. Public, right, class, we have written something called my first and all, right? Don't get into
Yeah.
the actual spellings and all,
Yeah.
I'm just
Programming.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
we just wrote something called public
So.
static, right, void and main, and here we wrote something called string, something, I'll be explaining everything, don't worry.
Oh.
And we just did this, right?
No problem.
Right, and see every form you have to do, even the formatting, right? You have to use tab and go on all. Again you have to press on tab,
Mm-hmm.
right? Go on and just say system dot out. So system dot out dot println is nothing but to print something. Yesterday we used something called hello world, right?
Something.
Yeah, so how much time it
It's
took?
like C out and C plus plus, I think,
Exactly,
right?
exactly, yeah. So it will print you something.
Yeah.
So here let us see how what happens when you use Eclipse. See here, so initially what I have
Okay.
to do, I have to write something called main, right? Public static void, which means I have to remember everything, am I right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But here,
Yep.
see what happens here. So I have to write a method here. So main method is nothing but a which is already existing method. I'll be explaining you this, not worry. So here just type in
Okay.
main, yeah, type in main. You have to do something called control space. It will give you all the possible, can you see here, it already have this.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
it's
just
like when you're entering a word, it automatically comes up, right? Like
exactly
you're
it,
typing
yeah,
something on a
so
phone,
exactly, so this is nothing but an intelligence.
right? It's
Yeah,
like a dictionary, right?
exactly, like a dictionary of programs.
Oh, okay.
It will give you, see, can you see this, it will
Okay.
automatically give you everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the same way
Is it
we
control space?
control space. Can you just try
Okay.
once? Let me just yeah, can you type in once?
Yeah.
Type in main,
What do I type?
main, or just MAI.
Okay.
Yeah, control space, enter, press on enter. It is already selected there, right?
Oh yeah,
You can just set
I
enter.
see that.
Yeah.
And you, how do I select this?
I mean, one sec.
Oh,
You can, yeah, just control space now. Yeah, enter. That's it. Press on enter. Fine.
mm-hmm.
So it got
Oh, okay.
fine.
All
So
right,
it is
gotcha.
there now, right? So now in the same way, what was our next one? It's sysout, right?
System out.
System.out.println. So it's again something which is cumbersome. So if you want, so here there are again shortcuts, like if you want system.out, just type in like sysout, right? And again, can you just do control space? Fine. It will give you everything.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So that's how
And you,
so all these things are something which are nothing but your syntax of Java. So you don't have to remember all these things. Other than this, you can just concentrate on writing a logic. Eclipse will
logic,
support you
okay.
everything, right? Let me write again something. We have done something called starts, some something. I just want to make a resemblance of yesterday's class, right? But using
Yeah.
Eclipse, right? What we'll do, we'll just
Mm-hmm.
do. Can you see here? World, world, right? Simple.
Yeah.
Now, oh, let me. I have to explain this now. One sec. Okay, fine. So here, what happened? We just wrote something again. Again, let me get back again. When we typed something called double quotes here, right? Till this point, I hope you are fine, right? When you write something called double quotes, see, it will give you the end
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
It
yeah.
will give you even the end. So it will give you the support of each and every part of coding. So that's how this Eclipse works. So that's
Oh,
how
that's cool.
keep this editor safe, because this editor is the one where you can use anywhere. Whatever configurations we are doing for this editor, you can use the same editor for writing any Java program, any bigger Java program, right? This is something like your Microsoft Word, where you
Okay.
can write your
Yeah.
resumes, you can write your something where you can check on grammar, check for spellings and grammar. In the same way, Eclipse will give you the complete support of programming. Fine. Fine. So here we just wrote
Okay.
something like hello world, right? And just now what was the next part we did? So next part we did is we went to command prompt and we compiled it, right? Java C.
Mm-hmm.
So now you don't have to
Compound.
compile it here.
Yeah.
No, you just have to save it. That's it. Just
Okay.
save. When you save it, I'll just show you
Right.
where it is. So here, don't worry about it. Like, let me open that file. So here, the class file didn't created here, right? So Eclipse will create the class files, all the
Mm.
class files at one place, which is, go back to my first project. Can you see bin here? Bin, in bin. Can you see class
Yeah.
here? Right? My
Mm-hmm.
first dot class. So here we have created our project. I mean source my first dot Java, right?
Oh, this is a job.
Yeah,
This.
dot Java. And
Okay.
when we saved it, just saved it, right? It went and created something called in bin. It created this. So let me delete it again. Anyways, let me delete this. Right?
Yeah.
Delete this. There is no class here, right? Let me just say hello world, uh, hello world, and one more star here, right? And let me just go
Okay.
and file and just say save.
Save.
Yeah, when I save it up,
And you will
we'll get a class.
see the bin file in the bin,
Yeah, you can see the file in the bin,
which is dot
which,
class file.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has been created now. Fine. So
So
we with
I,
the
I have a question.
yeah, sure.
Okay, so when you actually save a project,
Mm-hmm.
then you get a Java file, right? Dot Java.
Not a project. I'm saving here. I'm saving here a file here, right? Because your Java project is already been created,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
I know.
When
When
you
you save this program,
mm-hmm.
so
So
when you save the project, you get a dot Java file. When
perfect.
you save the program, you get a dot class, right?
Yes, yes, yes. It is like see,
Okay.
it is like this, Shiva. When anyways, whatever the button here is visible, whenever you just go and save, right, it will save the current one. it won't save the project anyways, right? If I have more than one class, you can create more than one class, right? So if I go to file and click on save, it means I'm saving the current one, which means I'll show you something again. So let us say, where is that file? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. So this was created at 8:55 p.m., right, in your time, 8:55, right? Now let me just edit
Yeah.
this file again. Let me just say one more star here, right? And go to file and click on save. So my file
Yeah.
is saved. Can you see? When I go back, your class will be
Yes.
created automatically, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the file and save is for nothing but your current class. Anyways, I'll show you how we actually create multiple classes and save them all at once, right? Now the next step, very important step,
Okay.
is to execute it, right? So what we did,
Compile. Yeah.
so till this part, what we have done, we have written a small program, we have saved it. When you save it, it will automatically create a class for you, right? Now what we have to do, we have to compile it. So
Mm.
yesterday we have written something called, we have to execute it. So you remember, we have just written something called java space my first, right? And we have to
Yeah.
do this in command prompt. But here you don't have to do it from command prompt. Here you have something called, you just go to that file, right click, right, and you have something called run as, right? I'll say run as java application. Let's see, can you see here console?
Yeah.
Perfect. You can run either from right click and run as. If you don't want to remember this, you have direct run button here. Can you see this?
Oh yeah. The
Just
play.
click on this. That's it. It will give you the
The
run button.
play.
Now see how fast it is. Let me say just 1 2 3 4, right? And when you save this from here, save and run, right? Can you see here? It's so fast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is how we write a program in Eclipse, right? And you can extend this for
Okay.
any number of again, if you want to write one more, just move on, sys out, control space, expanded, and just say my first program, right? Just save it up, just click on save and run,
Yeah.
right? It won't take much time. It took some, not even, some seconds, right? It just took. So but that's a big advantage of Eclipse when compared to something called notepad. So we won't be writing our programs using notepad, because you have but only thing is, you should understand how actually java program is being created, how it is compiled, and how it is executed, right? But in real world, you don't have to remember all these things, because
Yeah.
you have got so many IDEs. Like, one of the IDEs nothing but an Eclipse, fine. So this is how we actually write a
Mm-hmm.
program and all. So we'll be using from now on, we'll be using Eclipse, so that you'll understand much about what exactly is happening, right? So let's move on, and let us take up something new in Java. Fine, till here you have any doubts, Shiva, you can just quote on. If you want to try out one more class, you can just try out in front of me, so that
I
it will.
want to
Yeah, sure,
next. Just
sure,
a little try.
sure. So you want to try now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So let me. So if I want to close this, do I just
yeah. If you want to close
close
this,
this one?
yeah. If you want to close this, don't close this. Just, you have these two buttons, right? Maximizing,
Minimize.
click on minimize, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. I want to start to
mm,
create a new project.
yeah. One sec.
So I go
Okay, fine.
new and Java,
New,
new, and I go Java,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Let's say
yeah,
PRGM,
yeah.
and I go finish,
Finish,
right?
yeah, finish. Yeah, your separate project is created. You can see here. Can you see? Yeah, just minimize the above one. You can just,
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. Let's close this up. This is a previous class, and let's
Mm-hmm.
minimize this. Right? Can you see this? You have
Yeah.
two. You
Yes.
can go back to project, and you can see. Folder. Go back to the folder and see
Okay.
what happens here. Go back. We are still in same folder, my project.
Okay. So
Java class
okay. So
inside my workspace.
now
Inside my
where is
workspace.
that? My works. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I got it. Now I got. I didn't get any .java. Oh, it's
No.
here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If I save it, it's gonna be here,
Yeah. If you
right?
create it itself, it will be there, right? Open it. Right click on source. New. The first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Java,
No, no,
right?
no, no. Class. We have to create a class now, right? Not a project again. We have already created a project, right?
So, so it's
Close this
yeah.
window.
So it should be something
Something else, yeah. No, 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 no.
PRGM2.
No, no, no. I mean, no, no. Close this window. No, because you are creating again. Can you see here? You are again creating a project here. You are creating a project inside project, right?
Okay.
Yeah, but we
So
have to create something else. Just right click on this now. Right click,
okay.
new. You have to create a class here. Just
Was it?
yeah, class.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's fourth one. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. Yeah,
Class.
yeah. Okay, you can see here
All
whatever
right.
you wanna create. You'll be seeing
Then
here. You'll be seeing here Java class, right?
yeah, yeah.
Now you can give the name whatever
Mm-hmm.
you want.
PRGM again.
Yeah,
Can I do that?
you can do that. Yeah, not a problem.
And finish, right?
Yeah, finish. Yeah, now you can go by. Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Now.
So which means
Okay.
you have created your you haven't saved anything, right? But you have created. You can just go back to the
Yeah.
folder and see whether this class .java is created. Can you see here,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your file is created and you don't have any program right now. You can go to bin now.
So
So there is a program class also, right?
okay. So this is the dot Java and this is dot class.
Exactly. Yeah.
Source file and
Bin.
the Java.
Yeah.
The bin. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Perfect. All right. I am good.
Yeah.
Until this point, we're
Okay.
gonna go ahead.
So you wanna write some main and sysout main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In control space.
Yeah. Enter. Yeah.
And,
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. And just do sysout main.
Oh, okay. Let me just go back. Then I go control space.
Yeah.
And I put one double quotes and hello. That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Or
PRGM. Yeah. You have got one more
and that's
character.
it. And
Can you see one more character being typed? Can you just remove that? Yeah. So you can see
extra.
one red color, right? One sec.
The red thing that means error,
Error.
right?
Perfect. Yeah.
Now I save it,
Yeah. Save it up. Yeah.
and now I should get the
Class
any
updated.
file. No more files. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
Plus, now I run it.
yeah, run it. Yeah. Right.
Oh, all right, that's good. Perfect.
It's very simple now. Fine.
I got it now.
So this is nothing but a basic, programming which we have. Fine.
Yep.
Now today let us start with something like let me explain.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Fine. Let me explain something.
Mhm.
Today we'll learn something called class and what exactly is a class and what can class have. Right. It's a basic start, anyways. Right. Now let me share my desktop
Yep.
to you so that I can type in much faster. Right.
Yep. Sure. No.
Abba. టీ పెడుతున్నా ఏంది ముక్కు పైన చూపి గీకిపోయిందా అలా గిల్లదురా ఓ అది గీకద్దు అట్లా Hello? Hello, can you hear me, Shiva? Hello? Shiva, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay,
now.
fine. Okay, fine. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can see my screen, right? Okay, fine. So here, let us take a use case first. I mean, before explaining a class, we'll see
See.
why they have come up with something called class, and then we'll understand, what exactly is a class, right? So now, let me take an example of a
Oh,
human, right?
yeah.
Whenever we say human, right? Let me take
Mm.
it as a human, some entity which is human, right? So under human, what can he have? He can have some legs, right? He can have legs, hands, right?
Okay.
Eyes, right? And all, right? So these are nothing but some features of human, right? So, and
Mm-hmm.
if you just just go to one more extent, which means human can walk, right? And human can talk, right? And human can hear, right? So again, these are nothing but attributes of human, am I right? Attributes like which he have got, and these are nothing but behaviors of human.
Okay.
Behave, human walks like human is behaving, right? Human talks, human is behaving, right? Human hears, he is behaving, right? Which means there are two
Okay.
different sets, which is
Yeah.
nothing but your
Mm-hmm.
attributes and behaviors. Can you just quote me one example which is out of this attribute and behavior?
Uh, anything like
Yeah.
so that has a futures and the behavior and what else? Lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle is again a behavior, right? He's living in that lifestyle, right? We'll say it as a behavior, right?
Yeah.
Lifestyle is nothing but a behavior, right?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. One other attribute.
I mean, can you just give me one example which is not an attribute and not an behavior of a human? Like we just did some human class, right?
Uh,
Yeah. So I said human contains some attributes or features like legs, hands, and eyes, and human contains so many behaviors like walk, talk, hear, lifestyle, and all. So these are nothing but attributes and behaviors. So can you give me one example which are not an attribute and not an behavior? Actually, uh,
okay.
yeah, you will never get any. Actually, whatever the word you say, that will come under either an attribute or a behavior. Quote
Yeah.
anything, it won't go beyond this. It will come at least
Yeah.
under one of these, right? So which means
Yeah.
human can be majorly classified as something called human is, I can say, combination of, right? Combination of
Mm-hmm.
attributes and behaviors. Am I right?
Okay.
So apart from these attributes and behaviors, you will never get anything, which means we are dividing some entity into something of a finite features, which is attributes and behaviors, right? Where if you know that what are attributes and behaviors, you know that what is a human, right? We know what are the attributes.
Yeah.
All the existing parts and all are human attributes. All behaviors is whatever way he is behaving is nothing but a behavior. So combination of these two is nothing but a human. Fine. Or I can say
Okay.
that these attributes and behaviors are for human class. Class in in the sense classified, right? Classified. I can also say one more entity. Let me just keep it down here. I can also say one more entity. Let me open this again. One more entity called animal. Am I right? Right. Again,
Yeah.
animal contains some attributes: legs, right, eyes, and all.
Mm-hmm.
And an animal can bark, right? Can
Yeah.
run. Anyways, there can be some resemblance, but again, animal is obviously different from human. Am I right? I can say animal
Yeah.
class, which means classified into animal class, which means all the humans who are there are classified into human class.
Yeah.
Classification of human comes under human class, which means each and every human comes under human class who have got certain attributes and behaviors. In the same way, all the animals are classified into animal class, which have got some attributes and behaviors. Fine. So the
Okay.
same meaning is for class in Java. In Java, whenever you say class, right, which means it can have either attributes or behavior, right, and behavior, right. So attributes in Java are nothing but variables, and behavior in Java is nothing but methods or functions.
Okay.
Fine. So this is a classification, and that's why we call it class, because class can be defined in only two ways, which contains attributes and behaviors, right. So apart from this, you will never
Yep.
get anything else from class. So these are the only two things which you can write in class, right. Now let me go back
Yeah.
and see the program which we wrote yesterday, which is, you can see there, right, we have something called class, right. We have something
Yeah.
called class. So under which we have written something called main. If you see main, we have written main, right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
what is that? That is nothing but a method or a function. We have written a function in
Oh,
class,
so it's
right. And I'll
behavior.
show you what is the attribute now. Let me just open this Eclipse. Yeah, got open now. Yeah. So, so I've got some projects, in this Eclipse actually. So that's why it's taking some time.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah.
Just give me one. Okay. I'll be right. Okay.
Yeah. So here, so as I've got so many lines, that's why it just gave me. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just go back to something else, like workspace here. So yeah, id class, close this up. Right, yeah, we'll create a project here, which is right click or go to file, new, other. Let me take Java project. Next. Now, so here let me take again my first same project again. Yeah. So let me minimize all these stuffs. Don't need all these things. Now here let me create, now we'll create a class now again, which is nothing but I can create again my first class and click on finish. So we'll be using this project, right, for understanding what is how to actually basically program or you know in
Yeah.
simple class. So this is nothing but a class. That's sure.
Okay.
So a class is something, we said, class is something which is a set of variables and methods. So we have seen something called already we have seen something called main. So what is main? We'll understand main here,
Okay.
right? Now, so for each and every program, whenever you start program, right, there should be some startup, right?
Yeah.
Like when you click on Microsoft Word, it should start opening. So which means for each program you should have one trigger location where it should start some process, right? So for each and every class in
Mm.
Java, main is a trigger point. If you don't have main, right, if you don't have main, your Java program will not work,
Oh,
right? So main method, this is the
the
only,
main.
anyways,
Cool.
it is the only method which we have, which is a trigger point, right? So if you don't have this main method, it won't work. So that's why whenever I'm saying method, it is nothing but a behavior, right? Now let us
Mm-hmm.
take something called attribute. So here I'll be showing you some attributes. So attribute is nothing but, we say something like uh, in programming, what can be attributes? Attributes can be something like this, right? Am I right? A Java program can have integer attribute, right, which will show some integers, right? So these are again nothing but data
Yeah.
types. We'll be coming up to database once we write some program today, right? We have something called
Okay.
character, strings, and all. So these are something called attributes. We said legs, eyes, and ears, and all, right? So for Java, there are some attributes or different attributes like this, and it can be many more. Fine. So now
Yep.
how to write that is, I'll just go here. I'll just say int, right? I'll just say something like some uh, let me call it as count. My this is count is equal to 0. Now you understand here. So what I have done is, this is nothing but my attribute of class, right? Let me just differentiate these two. I have just commented it. So whenever, if you want to comment, you have to use something called slashes for, because
Slash. Okay.
yeah, you don't so this won't work. This we just use this to separate the things, right? So here I am showing you some
Mm-hmm.
attribute here, which is nothing but a int. You will be understanding what is int now in data types, right? And there is something called main, right? So this is nothing but a
Okay.
method.
Yep.
This is nothing but a attribute. Now sys out here, right? And you can also have some more attributes like string. I'll say something called string, something like name, right? Let me give name is equal to some something like pen, right? There is an attribute. Fine. My int is an attribute, string is an attribute. Now this is a method, right? So now so if you go back to human class again, what he can do, a human uses its legs to walk. Am I right? A human
Yep.
uses its eyes to see. In the same way here, I can also use these attributes in my method. Let me print,
Cool.
whenever I say println, let me use this method, let me use this variable name here. Let me type in that name, right? So now, okay, okay, not a problem. You will understand what is these things. Now I've used my attribute and I've used it in my main method, right? Let me run this up.
Okay.
So can you see here,
Yep.
which is I
So it
have
is actually taking
exactly the
the
value of
name.
attribute. Yeah. So now you can see that the main is a main method which is taking inside which I'm trying to do something like, so I'm using the attribute of it, which means this behavior is using this attribute, or from now on we will not say behavior and attribute, we will say variable and methods or functions, right?
Yeah.
So these two are nothing but variables and these two are nothing but functions, right? So now, so this is a basic program which you can
The
write.
first two.
I'm sorry, Shiva, you have any doubt?
There's out see sorry integer count on the second line. Those two are the variables, right?
Yeah, these two are the variables,
Okay.
right? And this is nothing but your method, right? Now again, you can write more methods. So method declaration is this. Some I'll write one more
Mm-hmm.
method here, or one more method here, public.
Okay.
Okay, just don't again I'll be explaining what is this thing again. What is a method?
Yeah. Sure. It's
Public, let us
just
say
how we
void,
do it. And,
and let me say like print something. This is my method. So print sum. This is my method, right? Again, I
mm-hmm.
wrote the method again in the same syntax of my main, right? So what
Yeah.
I'll do, I'll remove this and I'll print something here, sysout of name, right?
Okay.
I'll just do now. Now I said my trigger
Yeah.
point is my main, right? Now I've created some more method which is print sum. But let me not use this. Let me run this up. When I run this, so what is displaying? It is nothing being displayed, right? Because I'm not done anything in main. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now, so here what you can do is you can call one method in another method, right? Which means let me call print sum, print sum. I'm sorry, print sum. I think you use it static. Print sum, right? So what I am doing is I am calling one method in another method, right? Which is nothing but a trigger. I know that my main is a trigger. Inside my main, I want to use some
Mm-hmm.
other method, right? Which is nothing print sum.
That's
Now
okay. Yeah.
let's run this up. Can you see now here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've used something my one more method. So in this way, you can write any number of methods, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So now, yeah, this is a basic programming in this. So let's learn some basic things like what are the different data types and what exactly data type is there in our programming, right? And what are the, see, whenever you see in Java, can you see different colors? You can see two
Yeah.
colors, like this is purple and this is something called black, which is, so these are nothing but whenever it says purple in Eclipse, these are something called registered words. We'll be learning the basic things now and we'll get back to programming again, fine. So but will be this is the basic thing how we actually code in our Java, right? So before moving on to understanding all these things, first understand what are the variables and what are the data types we have, right? And what are different things
Mm-hmm.
we have, and what is public, what is class, what is static, and all. We'll understand this first, right? And then we'll get back to
Okay.
something called, and also we'll understand what is a method, and then we'll write one more program. So on that class you should understand these things, right? So
Yeah.
tomorrow we'll take up with something called basic data types first. What are the data types we have? Data type, in the sense, what is this data? This data is nothing but integer, right?
Yeah.
0 is a number, and I am saving that in something called int because this is a type. So we'll understand all these things tomorrow. Fine. So I hope
Okay. Yeah.
now
Perfect.
so today we just understood something called Eclipse, how to write a program in Eclipse, right? How to run it. So
Yeah.
it's very fast to
Mm-hmm.
run your program in Eclipse, right? So that's
Yeah.
how we say. And tomorrow we'll see different components of class, which is nothing but an variable or data type tomorrow. Fine.
Data type. Okay.
Okay, Shiva. Then
Uh,
yeah, yeah. You have any doubt?
oh, I'm just yeah, I'm just looking here or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you said the first you said some method, right? What is this?
Yeah.
I didn't understand the second method.
Second method, this one.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. What is that? Like I didn't get it.
So this method, I mean, so in the same way here, we said there can be any number of behaviors, right? So which means you can method in the sense, whatever you want to do some logic, you can write here. So you feel like you get an application, right, where something like, let us say, in that application you want to sum two values and give a calculator is an application, right? Calculator is an application.
Yeah.
You say
Yeah.
that something like you provide 2 plus 3, it will give you some sum called 5. Am I right? So where is
Yes.
that happening? That happens in inside this method, which means, let me take one more variable here, which is int, right? I is equal to 10, right? And let me take int some other value, some x is equal to 20, right? So I'll take
Mm-hmm.
one more value, which is some z is equal to I plus x.
X.
I'm taking two things. So you can do each and every operation inside a method only. A method. So method is nothing but,
Okay.
I cannot write this code outside a method. If I write this code outside a method, see what happens. So I'm just doing this, right? I'm just doing this, and let's say sys out. Can you see? It won't give anything. Let me write sys out here first. Sys out here, right? And some, let me print this z. I have to print this z, right? So oops,
Mm-hmm.
let me print this up, integer dot to string of some I here, and let me take this, because we just thought of making it outside method, right? Let me cut it up and paste it here. Can you see this? There is no scope for this, right? It just says error
Okay.
in
So it's
local.
not supporting, right?
Exactly. So if you write something outside your method, it is not, it won't. So you have to a method is something where you actually write your all the logic inside a method. So that is nothing but a method,
Okay.
right? So that's why what I'll do,
Okay.
I'll just cut it up and paste it here. And again, can you see there is no error in this? Why there is no error in this? Because again, these are nothing but attributes. I can use these attributes, right? I can use these
Attributes can be
attributes,
used. Yeah.
yeah, or variables outside the method, or even you can define these things
Inside.
inside a method. Not a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inside in the sense, I'll just go in and I'll say I, right? So here I'll just
Yeah.
print some z here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just say some is, right, and I'll just print this. So I just did 10, 20. I have one more variable z is equal to I plus x, and I'm printing what is the value of z. Let me run this up. Sum is 30, right? Sum
Yeah.
is, and the value of z. Z is nothing but 30. So that's how we printed 30.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's something like declaring what we are gonna do next.
Exactly, exactly. Something like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
method is
Okay.
something where you have to do something like whatever you want to write a logic, you will be writing everything inside a method. So that is nothing but a method.
So you just writing here that you want some output,
Yeah.
and this is okay. I got it.
Yeah, so that is nothing but anyways, you will understand more on methods, because in Java you have to write class first, which is very important. You can write anything inside class only, right? And you have to write
Yeah.
some,
Okay.
if you want to write some output or some to do something, you have to write a method. Without a method, you will never be able to write anything, any logic. So,
Okay.
there are two entities, which is a class. Inside class, write a method, and inside method, do something. And also you can define some
Okay.
attributes. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
attributes can be done anywhere on the program in the program.
exactly.
I mean,
Attributes.
it
Yeah,
should be put in the class, right?
yeah. In the class, you can define attributes in either out of all the methods, or if you want inside, you can also define attributes inside the method.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I got it now.
Fine. Let me just ping this to you, so that if you want, you can just
Yeah, I can try it at home here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that? Okay, let me ping it in Skype itself. You can just take it down, right? And you can just
Mm-hmm.
try out once, right? Create a new
Yeah.
class and create this again, right? Try out different things like I plus x. I just did I plus x, do something, modify something, and come up with more doubts. I'll be okay with
Okay.
clearing your doubts, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I know that even now it will be blurred, but take everything straightforward. There is nothing deeper logic in everything. This defining a class and method, but we'll be
Yeah,
seeing.
I
So
understand.
class is declaration is direct, even method declaration is direct. But we'll be seeing different. What we'll understand each and every word in next class, tomorrow's class. Don't worry.
Okay. So it's just like an overview of what a method or what a class is, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you can just take
Now
any
I
word.
got now I understand everything. Now when I look at these stuff right there, it looks similar to C++.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is.
Like
If you know
like
C, you know C plus
C in
plus.
yeah. I know a little bit, not too much. Like I know the basic things. Like I know how to add. I know how to do C in, C out.
Ah, okay. Then
You
okay.
put
I
me
thought yeah.
this
Then it
yeah
should be more clear now. Yeah, because if you know C plus plus,
yeah
the Java is completely same as C plus plus. Same.
yeah. I
Yeah.
I don't know the oops concept or I didn't go like for loops and all the loops. Just I know the basic program like
No issues.
how
If
to
you know basic,
do the
that's enough.
integer.
Yeah. If you know just
Yeah,
a basic
I know.
programming, yeah, I'll make you understand what are the loops and all. Anyways, I'll make
Yeah,
you understand. Not a problem.
perfect. Yeah, because I know like what you're doing here is like you're putting the integer so that
Yeah.
you can put
Perfect.
these values. This is a formula and C out.
Yeah.
Put this and yeah, I have a C. I'm just trying to do because someone told me like if you know C, then only you'll be able to do Java,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So, so what I did, I went through a couple of books and I was able to get something, right? I
Okay.
just did by myself. So, now I am able to,
Okay.
differentiate between,
Okay,
yeah,
that's good. Yeah, you're trying out. Yeah, now I think you can just think about this. Like, I mean, 2 days back and today, you know something in Java. Like you just started, right? So if you have understood
yeah,
something on
yeah.
class, that's good actually. Yeah, you'll understand more
Okay.
Java in our upcoming classes, and we'll go slow. Don't worry, right? Because
All right.
the basic formula is you have to understand Java. That's it, right?
Okay, perfect. I gotcha.
Yeah. Okay then,
Um,
Shiva. Will
and one
yeah,
one
sure,
more thing.
sure, sure.
Is it possible if we can record your lecture sometime?
Okay, I'll do that. I'll try to do that.
Because
Yeah.
because sometimes if I can't get you right, so I can just open up and I can make my notes too. Because I don't like I'm really busy sometimes, so I can't remember right.
Oh, I
So it
think I
would be
forgot to
better if you
record.
can.
Okay, fine. I'll do one thing. I'll record from tomorrow's class, and I'll provide the recorded class. No worries.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
I'll
Thank you
do
very
that.
much.
No
Yeah.
issue. Yeah, sure. So yeah, that will be fine.
All
Anyways,
right.
because if you go on with recorded sessions, you can get more. Right, right.
Yeah,
I'll
I
do.
can. Yeah, I can more. Yeah.
No issues.
Because right now
Yeah.
it's just like going on, right? And
Yeah.
also it's hard for me to get down the notes and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
But if we have sessions, it will be great.
No issues at all. I'll give you the recorded sessions for you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Yeah. Fine, Shiva. Then.
I'll do some. Yeah. All right. Happy Ugadi for you
Yeah,
guys if
thank you.
you
Same
celebrate.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just try
Okay.
out some programs right tomorrow, right? You just try out, and if you have any doubt, we'll meet in our next meet. You can just ask me. First, we'll clear out all your doubts, and then we'll move on to next topic, right?
All right.
Yeah, and that will be fine. Actually, I'll record in each and every session so that you can go through that video 1 or 2 times so that you can understand
Go
that
through.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that will be good idea.
Yeah. That would be it. Perfect. Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
any more things?
And No, that's all for today. Are
Yeah.
you work? Do you have like you have to go to work today, or is
Yeah,
you're
I
off?
do have. Yeah, it's it's a end of year, right? I mean March, so it will be academic year ending,
Yeah.
and we have so many things to do. So we don't have. We just have to say Ugadi at home. Take something and just go to. That's it. That's
Uh,
yeah. So where are you
I
from,
took a
Shiva?
day off tomorrow.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
So where are you from, Shiva?
yeah. I live in Toronto,
Okay, okay, fine. So in
in
India,
Canada.
I mean, from
Oh,
in.
in India, I'm
Uh,
from Hyderabad.
oh, you're from Hyderabad. Okay, okay, fine. Okay,
Oh, oh.
okay, not a
You
problem.
speak Telugu, right?
Yeah, I do speak. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
know
very
Telugu.
good.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Sure, Siva.
The,
Then let
the,
me just wind up here. Okay, and I'll see you tomorrow. Fine.
already.
Okay, Shiva. Then have a
See you
good day.
tomorrow.
Yeah.